Good evening, I am Jo Marie Lanza, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. All roads lead to Sunday's PUP Very Major Municipal Convention in the city. We'll talk to the two candidates, and we'll tell you why the NTUCB staged a mini protest in front of Social Security's headquarters today. Also, Yellow Man pleads guilty to assaulting a cop. He told us why. Plus, is Santander polluting the Belize River? We'll take you to the canal itself. These stories and more are ahead on 7 News Tonight, so please stay tuned.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
The roads of Belize connect us all. Riders, drivers, families, friends. Every day begins with a little routine and the confidence that life's journeys are protected. From school drop-off through the daily grind and everything in between, each with different roads ahead, yet one common goal: to arrive safely. Atlantic Insurance stands with Belize's riders and motorists with affordable protection, support, and peace of mind for the journey ahead. For the roads we share and the lives we protect, Atlantic Insurance is by your side, insuring you from life's unexpected. Atlantic Insurance, insuring you from life's unexpected.
We all reach a moment where we have to choose, not just where we're going, but who we trust to help us get there. We all have our stories, ones that explain our values, our decisions, and the path we travel. This is my story. I'm the seventh of 8 children. My father spent over 37 years in the public service. He taught us that your name is only as good as your word. Nothing about my journey was guaranteed. Port Loyola Preschool, St. John's Vianney Primary School, the Anglican Cathedral College, the University of Belize, where I served as student body president. Here I learned that leadership isn't about being the loudest voice in the room. It's about working hard and earning trust. Becoming a first-generation university graduate taught me something I've never forgotten. Opportunities aren't given, they are earned. While I was finishing my studies at UB, I walked through the doors of City Hall, not as a politician, but as a finance intern. I wasn't looking for a title. I came to learn how the city actually worked. For more than 7 years, my entire career has been dedicated to one city, from the administrative level to management to now serving as council member and deputy mayor. I've worked alongside some amazing people and learned firsthand how the city's finances work, how our budgets are developed. I've also learned how our departments work together, and I've learned how ideas become action. I learned what happens behind the decisions that affect the everyday lives of our residents. Today, I see this city through another lens. Now, as a husband and as a father, every decision we make today becomes the city our children inherit tomorrow. Before I ever asked to lead Belize City, I first learned how City Hall works. For me, real leadership is measured by presence, accessibility, measured by listening, measured by showing up time and time again. This is a defining moment for Belize City and for the People's United Party. The decision before us may seem complex, yet it is quite simple. Who is most capable of serving as mayor of Belize City, and who can be trusted to lead us forward?
I trust Elude.
I trust Elude.
I trust Elude.
Team Miller.
I trust Elude.
I trust Elude.
Team Miller. I trust Elude.
I trust Elude.
I trust Elude.
We trust Elude.
There comes a time when preparation is purpose, and for me, that time is now. To every delegate, I say thank you. Thank you for welcoming me into your homes, your workplace, and your communities. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to me, to share your ideas, and to speak with me throughout this process. This is our city, the leading city. This is Belize City. On Sunday, August 30th, let us show up and choose the future that our city truly deserves.
We trust Elude. For we mayor for the city. Elude Miller, we do it for the city. We are Fort Miller for the city. Elude Miller, you are youth with vision. For we mayor for the city. Yo, Belize. August 30th, vote number 1.
Write your story with a vehicle loan from Atlantic Bank. Enjoy competitive interest rates, attractive repayment terms. Also, with every approved loan, you are eligible for a MasterCard credit card. To learn more, visit your nearest Atlantic Bank branch or scan the QR code to apply today, because every journey deserves the right start.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
This has been the campaign of my lifetime. Visiting with delegates, talking to you, whether by phone or in person. If I didn't reach you, it's not because I didn't try. To those who I have met, I once more ask for your support. You know what you all will get. All my heart and all my soul. And as a son of the soil, a son of the city, who wants nothing more than to see us live better, breathe better air, walk better streets, and be able to take our rightful place in this world. To those who I haven't met or talked to, I say, you know my story. You know the journey. You've seen me grow from a boy to a man. You've seen me grow from a timid 23-year-old running for the first time in 2018, when very few people wanted to run for us, to today, when I'm not afraid to make the tough decisions to protect and make your lives better. I breathe this city. I live this city. I love this city. But most of all, I love its people. I love you with all of me. I've given you all of me. And I will continue to do everything in my willpower to make us shine. The times are challenging, but it's in these challenging times that the cream rises to the top. It's in these challenging times that we know what we are made of. You, the 787 delegates who will get to vote on Sunday, have an awesome responsibility to vote on behalf of the many thousands who cannot. Your vote means everything. I humbly ask for your support, and I ask you, my people, to stand with me, because you know that I will always stand up for you.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Tonight, we are 2 days away from finding out who will win the nomination as the PUP's mayoral candidate, Alan Pollard or Elude Miller. 775 delegates from the 10 city constituencies will choose one mayoral candidate and 10 councillor candidates from a field of 19. It's being predicted as one of the most hotly contested conventions in recent PUP history, and the outcome could be widely divisive. That's because national political figures are spearheading the campaigns of the key mayoral candidates, namely Cordell Hyde for Pollard and Anthony Mahler for Miller. We spoke with both mayoral aspirants today, and this is what they said.
How are you feeling with the upcoming convention?
I'm feeling good, very excited, to be honest. I'm really looking forward to Sunday and all that it will bring. I think it's a really defining moment for Belize City. But it's absolutely been a sprint, right? It's been a hectic 3 to 4 weeks of campaigning, meeting with delegates at their workplace, in their homes, in the communities. And so I feel very excited about Sunday.
Feeling good, feeling excited. Usual nervousness that comes with any election. But overall excited and just want to get to the polls and get the job done.
What's your prediction for Sunday?
Well, I would want to bet on myself, right? I think we all we all are candidates in the race, and we're all hoping to win. And for me, it's about really putting in the work. And I am confident that I have put in the work over the past couple of weeks. I have really taken the approach that I want to see all the delegates of our party face to face. And so I have been on the ground sometimes 12, 14, 16 hours a day, meeting with delegates. I feel that as a mayoral candidate, the least that I can do is to look them in the face and ask them for their support, communicate my vision to them, share some ideas and some plans that I have for the city with them.
Definitely a win for me. That's how I feel. That's the reception that we have out there, and that's what we're hoping for. As long as the people they come out and support, the people that have pledged, the people that have expressed their concerns to us and expressed their support, once they come out and do the right thing, then I think we're positive.
We know that machinery is a big deal and you're not new to the political arena, so you know that. How have you been able to mobilize persons to be on the campaign trail for you over the past 4 weeks?
I think this one is a rather interesting one because it's an internal convention, so a lot of the machinery is left up to the area reps to mobilize their people and the standard bearers. But most importantly, I think everyone sees the importance of this convention. They know that the person that is elected in this convention will be the person that will ultimately shape the future of Belize City. And so for that alone, I think there's enough incentive for people to come out and participate. So that helps with the machinery, certainly.
Yeah, well, machinery is a huge part of your election day. I must say that I'm grateful that I have the support of quite a few persons from across several constituencies that have joined on to my team. And so they are really running the machinery side of the campaign. Of course, as I shared earlier, my approach has been to see each delegate personally. And so that's where my focus has been. But I must thank all those on my team, and they know who they are, for really helping me along and putting in the necessary work to ensure that we have the best possible chance at victory come Sunday.
When it comes to campaign finances, that is also a challenge. How have you been able to garner enough money, to really go out and put your best foot forward?
Yeah, it's really been mostly family and friends. Of course, this is a quite what people perceive to be a contentious convention, and there's a lot of people with their vested interests. But I must say that I'm really grateful for the support that I've gotten from, my circle, my closest family and friends, whether it be them trying to support me in purchasing T-shirts or flyers, etc. It really takes a village at the end of the day. And I'm really grateful to my closest family and friends for always being willing to contribute and for putting their support behind me, not only in showing up on convention day, but with resources as well.
Well, we have expressed from the onset that we're the humble side, though we're the leaner side in terms of campaign. We don't have the monies that the other side is spending, but we got a lot of love, right? And we have a lot of support out here, and the relationship that we have with the people, that has been taking us so far. So for me, I know I'm on a race with anybody. I'm in a race to ensure that we elect the best possible candidate for the mayoral seat.
We know, for example, you have Lake Eye on your side, but your opponent has Pickstock on his side. Holding together the scores of delegates is next to impossible. Do you believe that there will be any delegate theft?
No, I won't call it delegate theft. I mean, there's no sides in this thing. I think everyone in these constituencies are Belize City residents at the end of the day. So I think there will be people from both sides getting votes from both sides. So I don't see it that way. I think we just have to ensure that we come out, get the message to the people them, and obviously ensure that they vote at the end of the day.
We know, for example, that Lekai is with Alan and Pickstock is with you, but holding together scores of delegates is next to impossible. Do you believe that there will be any delegate there?
I wouldn't want to say so. I think what is important here is the delegates of our party. And that is why I have made a significant effort to ensure that I speak to as much delegates as I can. I have been able to reach, I would say, well over 85-90% of the delegates, and I've spoken to them on a face-to-face basis, and I think that's what will really count at the end of the day. And so I'm trusting that the conversations I've had with them, my vision that I have communicated to them, that will, hold significance come Sunday, more than any allegiances or anything of that sort.
You need 388 delegates to win, to secure this mayoral seat for the People's United Party. In your playbook, how are you seeing things turning out?
Yeah, well, again, as I shared earlier, we all participate in this process to win. And so my team and I, we have come up with what we find to be the winning formula. And so I would say that we're right or wrong that number at this time. But of course, things change every day in politics, right? And so we will be working as hard as we can right up until the polls open on Sunday.
You're never too sure in elections, but we have made sure to reach the number that is satisfying to us. Ultimately, though, we have reached all the delegates. So I think that is important, and just have to ensure that they come out and do the right thing.
The convention starts at 9 a.m. on Sunday at the IT Vet, and we will have live coverage from start to finish. The NTUCB escalated protest actions today following continued silence from the Prime Minister's office in response to the union's formal demands. Today they held a mini protest, which they call an agitation, outside of the Social Security Board during the lunch hour. It was only a handful of protesters, but their main goal is to let the government know that they're not backing down. Courtney Menzies was there and has this story.
It's been 10 days since the NTUCB held its press conference where they listed several demands, and 4 days since they formally wrote to the PM. Within that week, the PM jetted off to Honduras for an official visit, returned to Belize, and less than 24 hours later was on another flight, this time to Ireland on personal leave. And in that time, he has not responded to the NTUCB. The president says they consider that a disrespect, and so they are ramping up the agitation.
Along with the president of the Christian Workers Union, we had asked our members of the Social Security Board to come out and support the 11 demands of the NTUCB. We're starting to do these impromptu acts of agitation, for a better word, to ensure that the government know that we're trying to bring awareness and also to add pressure, because as we mentioned before, we have not gotten any response from the cabinet or from the Prime Minister to our demands. We have not gotten any response as of 11 o'clock today when I first checked my phone. So we are very concerned that they have just been disregarding us, disrespecting us, and that's not what we call social dialogue or ensuring that we are continuing to be stakeholders and partners in this in the issues of this country now.
So how do you feel that after he came back from Honduras, he left out again without so much as a word to you guys?
I think that is very disrespectful. I think, again, like he mentioned, if we are going, he always says we are stakeholders, we are partners. It can't be just words, it has to be actions. Even if he knew he was going to build up the country, he has a deputy prime minister, he has an entire cabinet. Someone could have reached out to us and said, Prime Minister, we build up the country, please give us a few more days and we can meet. That was not done. That is disrespect. When the Prime Minister asks us to go to a meeting, we attend that meeting.
And this mini protest included some members of the CWU. The president explained that they're on board for whatever action may follow. When you talk to your membership about what's been going on and about the possibility of further agitation, what are the kind of vibes you're getting?
Everybody's very concerned, and I would say that most, like Belizeans, we'll talk behind and hide our hands. But people are very concerned. Our members are very concerned what's happening. We know the electricity issue gave us a great concern just over the past week. We have to answer, the government have to answer to something. What's going to happen to us in this country when we cannot afford to pay our bills? Bills go from $50 to $150. What's going to happen to us? And these are the members that are working. When you think about the people out there who don't have that specific job every day to go to, if we in the office have a specific job and we are complaining and feeling the pinch, what happens to the people out there who are laborers who are suffering too?
So if it comes to the point of protesting and demonstrations, your membership is ready?
I would say yes, we are.
And while some may think that these little acts of defiance won't have a big impact, the union senator explained that to get to 2005, there needs to be momentum.
It's interesting because the first time we stood here on this BTL issue right over there, I said, I am getting starting to feel like 2005. That's how many months ago, Courtney, when the opposition party members went to that bridge and blocked it because of the held yellow man like that. Like it's 2005, we refer to it like a singular period, right? It's not. Like what has to happen is like 2003, there were tax measures and then the society starts to come together, little blocks start to form. You mentioned the bus owners. We are in communication with especially Mr. Jones and to ensure that they are understand because you see, I want to take some time just to deal with the bus owners right now. Two sentences. Then people know they ask for fuel subsidy for themselves, you know. When they can't operate, that the people who can't afford a car can't come to work. So you have to really watch the spin-off effects of fuel on regular workers. So I want to get back to your question now. Paul, I know you think that I'm a lot of talk, but this is what has to happen. They have to have the groundswell, and I think we are ripe for just making 2005 look like Puppy Show.
But the NTUCB president is hoping it doesn't get to that point. However, that 90-day deadline is quickly ticking away.
If that does not work to get the attention, the much-needed attention from the government, it will then lead to what we hope would not be another 2005. As the president of NTUCB, and my sister can speak for herself, we would not want that because we have learned from ILO, International Labour Organizations, for us to progress as a nation with workers and employers and government, we have to have social dialogue. So we promote social dialogue to discuss these issues and to get solutions.
But overall, you're still giving the government that 90-day window?
Well, the 90-day window was to see some kind of activity to reach those goals or those demands. It was not for him to wait to meet us. And I'm happy that he did say that he was open for discussion. Not in those exact words, but he said something to that effect. So we were happy for that. Okay, so we're going to get to meet about these demands. He has not even reached out to us concerning the meeting with us.
Courtney Menzies, 7 News.
Following today's mini protest, the cabinet secretary reached out to the president of the NTUCB and explained that the PM instructed him to inform them that their demands will be taken to cabinet on Wednesday. Yesterday, we told you about the death of 77-year-old Erlene Gillett, who was fatally knocked down by a minivan while walking across the Philip Golson Highway in front of My Lights. The incident happened around 11:30 in the morning. Today, the police gave us more details on that accident via Zoom.
Police have served a notice of intended prosecution on a male person in connection with the ongoing investigation into a fatal road traffic accident which resulted in the death of 77-year-old Erlene Gillett, a Belizean retiree of Burrell Boom. The traffic accident occurred just before 11:30 a.m. on 27 August 2026 in the vicinity of Mile 2 on the Philip Golson Highway. What the investigation has shown so far is that Gillett was struck by a Dodge Caravan which was being driven by the stated male person as she was attempting to cross the highway. The motor vehicle has since been impounded as a part of the ongoing investigation, and a urine sample has been obtained from the driver.
Gillette was the mother of 3 children and many grandchildren. We'll keep following the case to let you know when charges are brought. And there was another fatal accident in southern Belize yesterday. That incident took the life of 25-year-old BDF soldier Esteban Cus. According to ASP Smith, Cus and another man were riding on a motorcycle when Cus lost control.
Police are investigating a fatal traffic accident which resulted in the death of Esteban Cos, a 25-year-old Belize Defense Force soldier of Agakate village located in southern Belize. The incident occurred at around 3:30 p.m. on Thursday, 27 August 2026 at the Jacintoville Junction, which is located near mile 80 on the Thomas Vincent Ramos Highway. The investigating officer reported that upon arriving on the scene of the accident, he observed an injured and unresponsive male person who was subsequently identified as Kus, as well as another injured but responsive male person who was learned to be the pillion rider of a motorcycle. Also observed on the scene was a damaged Lifan brand motorcycle. What the investigation has so far indicated is that both Kus and the pillion rider were traveling on board the Lifan brand motorcycle, Kus being the driver, when upon approaching the junction, Mr. Kus allegedly lost control of the motorcycle and collided into the guardrail in that area.
Do you know if the motorcyclists, if they were wearing helmets, anything like that?
We have so far established that the pillion rider was the only person that was wearing a helmet at the time.
We take a break now. When we come back, a Trinidadian locked up in Belize for 92 days because he didn't pay his hotel tab, gets free and gives an interview. He still insists he's a procurement specialist who got the dirty end of a job offer. Stay tuned.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Mommy has to leave for work.
So don't forget home.
Life can take us far, but the people we love should never feel far away.
Hi. Hi. Mom, I lost my tooth.
Oh, you did? That's awesome. With smart roaming, stay close to every moment that matters. Wherever life takes you, take home with you. Visit a smart showroom to activate or dial *100# to purchase via the Smart app or at www.smart-bz.com. Smart, bringing people together.
Need to submit your sickness benefit claim online and have a physical medical certificate? Here's how you can do it. First, go to ssbportal.org.bz and log into your My Social Security account. Next, on your dashboard, click Benefits and choose Forms. Review the requirements, then click Continue to proceed. Click Apply under Sickness Benefit to start your claim. Review and confirm your banking information. If it is not correct, select No and follow the steps to update your banking details. If your banking information is correct, select Yes. Next, if your illness is not related to an injury at work, select No and proceed to upload your medical certificate. Select your claim period and confirm your employer details. Read the declarations and click each to agree. Click Submit and you're done. A confirmation email will be sent to you. Your employer will also receive an email with your claim details and a request for your salary information. If needed, submit your sickness benefit claim online and receive real-time status updates.
This has been the campaign of my lifetime. Visiting with delegates, talking to you, whether by phone or in person. If I didn't reach you, it's not because I didn't try. To those who I have met, I once more ask for your support. You know what you all will get. All my heart and all my soul. And as a son of the soil, a son of the city, who wants nothing more than to see us live better, breathe better air, walk better streets, and be able to take our rightful place in this world. To those who I haven't met or talked to, I say, you know my story. You know the journey. You've seen me grow from a boy to a man. You've seen me grow from a timid 23-year-old running for the first time in 2018, when very few people wanted to run for us, to today, when I'm not afraid to make the tough decisions to protect and make your lives better. I breathe this city. I live this city. I love this city. But most of all, I love its people. I love you with all of me. I've given you all of me. And I will continue to do everything in my willpower to make us shine. The times are challenging, but it's in these challenging times that the cream rises to the top. It's in these challenging times that we know what we are made of. You, the 787 delegates who will get to vote on Sunday, have an awesome responsibility to vote on behalf of the many thousands who cannot. Your vote means everything. I humbly ask for your support, and I ask you, my people, to stand with me, because you know that I will always stand up for you.
Drop it like it's hot.
Write your story with a home loan from Atlantic Bank. Enjoy competitive interest rates, attractive repayment terms. Also, with every approved loan, you are eligible for a MasterCard credit card. To learn more, visit your nearest Atlantic Bank branch or scan the QR code to apply today. Home is where your story unfolds every day.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
If you're tired of the baking in your house with the only cook wawa fan and finally realize that the time to get yourself a good, durable, reliable fan, contact Maya's panel website or social media. Maya's going to hook you up with one of their 18-inch heavy-duty tripod fan where might could even change your life as they keep you cool in this hot Belizean weather. Yes man, because their 18-inch heavy-duty tripod fan from Maya's not just could blow your lip back way, they might could blow away your mind if you say blow away the toxic konomono out of your life and the bad vibes out of your house. Order your 18-inch heavy-duty tripod fan from Maya's website or on their social media, and Maya's going to ship out your fan anywhere countrywide ASAP. Not believe me? Visit mayaselectronics.bz right now to order your fan today.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
After 92 days behind bars, Trinidadian national 46-year-old Rubindra Rampersad is free after paying the bill he racked up at Golden Bay Hotel back in May. As you will remember, he owed Golden Bay over $11,000 for the month he stayed there. He was intercepted at the airport and later charged and remanded to prison. But this morning, the charge was dismissed after Rampersad managed to pay the bill. However, he says that the story is all wrong. He claims he was recruited as a procurement specialist for the Millennium Challenge account Belize, which deals with the funds received as part of the MCC agreement with the U.S. Here's how he explained it to the court reporter Anita Nembhard.
I think a lot of people are unaware of what really happened, but I came to Belize to work with a company called the Millennium Challenge Account Belize, which is a government organization. I was recruited and I was promised relocation support of up to $5,000 and I was promised reimbursement for my costs because I paid for my own flight. But when I got here, MCA Belize did not provide any financial support, which left me unable to support myself in a country that I knew no one and during a state of emergency. So I was in a really difficult place. But the staff at Golden Bay did allow me to stay there for an extended period of time.
Okay.
And I do thank them for that. I'm not a scammer. You know, I came here to work and I came here with good intentions, but unfortunately,
that didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
I arrived in Belize on May 1st, which was a holiday, and I went into the offices at MCA Belize, located at the Atlantic Insurance Building on May 4th, and I asked them for my employment agreement, and I asked them to reimburse me for my costs, which was the cost of my flight, about $900. And they refused to reimburse me, and they refused to give me an employment agreement, and it made it impossible for me to work with them.
People that I've met have been incredibly kind and very supportive. And I think that the Belizeans are a resilient people, and they're a generous people. And even though my experience wasn't the best, I would love to come back to Belize someday.
Rampersad then lamented the treatment he received in prison, even claiming some of his constitutional rights were breached.
I've never been arrested before, so prison is not something that I'm used to, so it was a bit of a shock. And there are things that you experience that would be quite traumatizing and would haunt you. For instance, intimate searches where you are stripped and you are searched. I've never had to go through that before, so that was really it was a really difficult experience for me. I was forced to sleep on concrete beds with no bedding, and for 18 days my constitutional rights were denied. I was not denied access to legal advice. I was not denied access to inform someone of my whereabouts. I could not inform my family or my consulate that I was in prison. And as a result of that, my family reached out to the authorities in Trinidad and asked them to look into my whereabouts because I was missing and they had not heard from me. My mom's 79th birthday was on June 7th, and I never missed her birthday, and when I did, everybody knew that something was wrong.
Rampersad was represented by attorney Darrell Bradley. It's an incident that started with a dispute over a hot dog from a street vendor. And today, UDP street soldier Brian Audinet, better known as Yellow Man, pleaded guilty to aggravated assault upon a police officer and was spared a custodial sentence after changing his plea to guilty in the Belize City Magistrates Court. Audinet appeared in court today where he asked for a sentencing indication, which stated that a conviction could carry a sentence of up to 5 years in prison and or a fine of up to $3,000. And with that, Audinet pleaded guilty to assaulting police constable Kevin Liang, following a January 2026 incident at a King Street food cart. The altercation began over a disputed $20 bill, with a vendor escalating until Audinet allegedly used profanity and slapped the officer's hand away. As a first-time offender, Audinet was spared jail time and instead fined $500 outside the court. Yellowman made his position clear, saying he would take a fine any day over spending time behind bars.
Tell me why you change your plea to guilty.
No, why you change my plea to guilty? I know they're panning up and down the make the court over and over and over and over. You don't tell you up and down the court and make a things to do.
Okay. So, you got a fine?
Yeah, I got a fine $500.
Alright.
I'm going to take that to prison any day. I good, I don't worry about that at all.
Alright.
I run you up and down when I tell you up and down the court.
If you could do anything different, what would you do different about that night?
That never happen again. I didn't listen. I'm innocent, you know. But the truth is that I can't up and down the court every minute, man. So better I just cash chat out. Don't send me the agent till November. Then I have to come back. I reckon they find no guilty because I don't know how the court will rule. I go find no guilty on a different sanction.
You don't know they take no chance.
I take no chance though. So me just plead guilty. I don't
Because you heard also under the act you're facing 5 years.
5 years.
If found guilty.
I think I asked the magistrate when I be the
Sentencing,
penalty if I plead guilty. Because I need to know once I hear sign right away I'm guilty.
A prison inmate has succumbed to his injuries after trying to take his own life 1 week ago. George Rodriguez hanged himself inside his cell 1 week ago. He was a Central American immigrant, reportedly being held for unlawful entry charges. He was reportedly despondent because he had served his time but was still being held. He was hospitalized in critical condition and succumbed yesterday. A prison representative says that they have doubled counseling over the past 2 to 3 weeks. Tonight, Santander Farms is showing us their closed loop canals up close as to eliminate the speculation about their farming practices. On August 3rd, the fish kill in the Belize River Valley was reported, and many showed a map that showed canals running through Santander Farms, which led to Laboring Creek, which would in turn discharge runoff into the Belize River. But we saw for ourselves that in fact Santander is on a flat plain which sits below Laboring Creek. Here's what the COO at Santander Farms had to say about their closed loop system that includes the canals.
So a closed loop system is because we lie on a flat land. It's how the natural terrain is made. We have different systems of canals, main canals, secondary canals, and third-party canals, and they are totally separate from each other. So we have a closed grid canal that manages the factory effluents. That's the closed grid canal. It's very important to note that the factory only runs in the dry season. Because it's the only possible way where you can harvest the sugarcane. And whenever we are harvesting the sugarcane, this closed grid canal permits us or leaves us to lead this effluent to the surrounding crops where it's irrigated to the field, because it has a very positive benefit to the crop as it brings back the nutrients that were taken off during the harvest and the processing of the sugarcane. And also in the process of doing it, we aerate this effluent with the sprinklers and our irrigation systems.
When it comes to the canals leading to the Belize River, can you explain that canal?
So we have a big grid of canals that lead to one single effluent point. That's very important to mention. We have one single effluent point because, as I said before, the natural slope of the area, all of the water heads to the east side of our property where we are located at. Here you can see 3 canals that come from totally different directions, and they all flow to the same direction, and they all lead into here. It's important to mention that all our canals are designed and created with an RTK technology with a zero slope, and they all lead naturally here. This is something that was required for us on our ECP, and it's also something that makes it way easier to closely monitor all the water that is going to the Belize River.
Was this canal, did you guys get permits for the canal that leads to the Belize River?
The canal was opened, if I recall, around 11 years ago. There was some controversy on the canal when it was opened, but it's something that is way past behind, and we do have a permit, and we have cleaned it once. It was last year, and every time that we get in, it's because we have the proper clearance of the Department of Environment in order to get into that property. So yes, we do have a
We will have more on this story in Monday's newscast. The investigation into the death of Samuel Chi remains open. Weeks after his body was found at sea on August 4th, roughly 36 hours after he and Albert Vaccaro were reported missing during a fishing trip. A post-mortem established that Chi died from asphyxia due to drowning, but police say the manner of death remains undetermined. ASP Stacy Smith says investigators have conducted follow-up interviews with Vaccaro, who maintains that he cannot remember what happened.
Yes, the cause of death was determined. I disclosed that on the last occasion. The cause of death was asphyxia due to drowning. However, I must state that notwithstanding that the cause of death has been concluded as drowning, the manner of death remains outstanding, and that is the reason why the investigation is ongoing. I know on the last occasion I had advised that I would speak with the investigator. I have done so, and what they have advised me is that they brought in Mr. Vaccaro and start to have follow-up interviews with him. However, his position remains pretty much the same in that he cannot recollect. However, the investigation is not closed. I was advised that somebody had stated that they would have provided some information, and that angle is being pursued, and as more development is made, the media will be advised.
The case remains open. Tonight, after weeks of silence, the police department says it is closing in on a group believed to be behind a series of robberies occurring at scattered locations across the country. According to the department, investigators have identified a pattern and deployed a special team and intelligence operations, which police say have already yielded results.
What I will say without getting into too much of the specifics, the department is cognizant of these incidents, and we have noted that there is a level of organization. We have deployed several intelligence apparatus, and those have proved successful. And it will be a matter of time, because we do believe that it may be persons who have committed these incidents in the past that continue to commit it. And I will also say that, regrettably, it would want to appear that there is some level of assistance being provided by some members of an organized department. Suffice to say, the department is cognizant of the issues. We have deployed a special team to look at these incidents. Inroads are being made, and as I stated, it is a matter of time before those persons will be brought to be held accountable.
Being that it's in scattered locations these are happening, do you believe that it's one group of people that are committing these crimes?
I cannot say that there's a nexus between all the incidents, but we have noticed a pattern. So yes, there is a particular group that we are looking at, and as I stated, we strongly believe that it's a matter of time before that group would be brought to justice.
Yesterday, we also asked the top cop what it's been like working with his new minister, Julius Espat. Espat took over as the interim Minister of Home Affairs on June 22, 2026. So what have the 2 months been like? Rosado says that Espat has a balanced way of policing.
With any other minister, they come with different perspective, and their perspective challenge our assumption of how we do policing. And it allows us to create better policing strategies in policing our communities. I do believe that our ministers support a balanced approach where we have effective policing along with targeted social intervention programs. Because we do believe that if we have a balanced approach, it will not only suppress crime today, but it will prevent crime from happening tomorrow.
The Belize Tax Service hosted an expo today for business owners and entrepreneurs to learn more about electronic invoicing, which will be implemented under the new Revenue Authority bill. The event was full to more than capacity, a good indication of the urgency businesses feel about this sweeping new initiative. I was there with the crowd and found out what answers businesses were looking for.
We need to understand something. Electronic invoice and the move to the semi-autonomous revenue authority are two different modernization issues. So whether we move to a
E-invoicing from a conversation to a reality was the theme of today's Belize Tax Services E-invoicing Solutions Expo. The event drew a strong turnout of business owners, entrepreneurs, and service providers eager to learn more about the new system. Attendees engaged with 7 featured solution providers to get a sense of how it will work. The Director General for the Belize Tax Service explained how this approach will enable them to phase in the e-invoices.
Over the past 12 months, we have been having sensitization sessions, we've been having our pilot project, we have been working with businesses and solution providers to bring us where we are today. So today is about us, BTS, saying to taxpayers, this is what you need to have in place to be prepared for when e-invoicing comes on stream. The solution providers here today are here to showcase the solution that forms a bridge between a business accounting system and Vertex Belize, the e-invoicing system. Today, we offer the opportunity for taxpayers or businesses to ask the questions, get comfortable, know what they need to have in place. This is the time for us to support them. This is the voluntary phase. So the voluntary phase starts now. The mandatory phase starts next year. So we want to use this period for them to prepare so that there is no immediately next year you hear you have to put it in place. No, we want to support you through the process. So it's a phased approach.
E-invoices provide the tax department with the same invoices businesses issue, but in a standardized electronic format. It works only for business-to-business transactions, not for business-to-consumer transactions, and it also reduces a paper trail. Longsworth explained what has worked in the past may not be feasible anymore.
Presently, the tax system is retrospective, meaning that you file your return, you issue invoices, and maybe 6 years later, the tax department comes in and say, we are going to do an audit 6 years ago. You have to provide to us all those invoices that you issued 6 years ago. What happens then? They have to go in their storerooms. Maybe the paper has deteriorated. Maybe they were using some electronic format, but that format it's an old system. So you have many reasons why there are delays with that. This provides for us as a tax administration to have those real time, which then lessens the need to do audits on all businesses, and then we are able to identify audits or validations that we need to do based on risks.
Longsworth says that the following year, most, if not all businesses should already have phased in their e-invoices filing.
I don't want to say deadline. We have an anticipated timeline of March 2027. But I need to be clear, that does not mean that if a large taxpayer is not ready in 2027, that would mean that they would be penalized. So I need to make that very clear. It means that we will continue to support those taxpayers to ensure that they understand what it is that they need to have in place in order to meet the needs of e-invoicing. So we start now, 2026. It gives you enough time, but we will not let go of your hands come 2027. We will continue to provide that support.
Jo Marie Lanza, 7 News. But the fact is that e-invoicing is often conflated with the Semi-Autonomous Revenue Authority, known as SARA. Director General Michelle Longsworth detailed the difference between SARA and e-invoicing.
We need to understand something. Electronic invoice and the move to the Semi-Autonomous Revenue Authority are two different modernization issues. So whether we move to a SARA or not, electronic invoice is still another step to modernize the way you do business with the tax administration in the whole aspect of moving to a digital economy. It's totally different.
And is there any challenges identified that SARA would address, moving to an autonomous system would address?
So SARA is looking at the workforce that will support all the reform initiatives that we've undertaken over the past 7 years, because that's how long we've been modernizing the tax administration. So when you look at the different areas of specialization, and let me be clear here, specialization is not about or audit section or large taxpayer section. It's about the new way the tax landscape is evolving, whether it is data analytics, whether it's forensic auditing, whether it's risk-based auditing, whether it's international cooperation, because we have a lot of international obligations that we have to ensure that we meet. We need to ensure that our staff continues to evolve, and also that we have the opportunity to ensure that they have opportunities within the organization to grow, to shift, and to grow. So the SARA provide opportunities for staff that already exist within the BTS.
Longsworth also spoke about this month's tax-free weekends. They happened on August 15th and again tomorrow, the 29th, timed to ease expenses for families preparing for back to school. Longsworth says this year is special because they also included laptops in the back-to-school tax-free benefits.
Tax-free weekend is always a good thing for the Belizean populace. I think it's something that people now look forward to. Businesses anticipate now that it's going to be there, so they make sure that they check with us early in the year to say, are you sure that it will be in August? And I think that our Belizean people make the most of it. And I think this year was extremely special because we added in laptops. And that was something that people asked for. And government said, yes, let's add that in because now we're moving to that digital stage. Children have to take laptops to school and they need it. So I think that it's an ongoing thing that we should look forward to as Belizeans.
And more back to school when we come back. We'll show you the Coast Guardsman giving students haircuts. And she complained publicly about her light bill. And today, Demi Williams says things have changed. We spoke to her.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Drop it like it's hot.
world is watching. The stakes are high. And with an Atlantic Bank credit card, your moments start online.
Bro, tickets just dropped. I have my credit card ready. So how many tickets, guys?
We'll take two.
1, 2.
I want 3.
Go further, experience more. Make your online purchases seamless, secure, and in real time.
All right, let's buy the tickets now. What did you do, bro? I need to enter a password.
Oh, Atlantic Bank's credit card has a 3D secure feature to protect your online shopping.
Check your email.
Some transactions require an additional layer of security. 3D Secure adds an extra verification step. An OTP is sent to ensure it is you authorizing payment.
Guys, we got the tickets! Yes!
Your online transactions, made with Atlantic Bank credit cards, are fast, safe, and verified.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
As a sheetrock installer for decor construction, I know the job is only as good as the materials I use. Using inferior products can lead to more waste, weak core integrity, sagging, and more time fixing the problem instead of finishing the job right. And that's why I trust USG Drywall, Ply-Sem, and Best Screws from Venice, because quality is savings.
Quality is savings at Benny's. Best for you and best for me. At Benny's, it's the quality. Benny's, quality and savings.
If you're tired of the baking in your house with the only cook wawa fan and finally realize that the time to get yourself a good, durable, reliable fan, contact Maya's panel website or social media. Maya's going to hook you up with one of their 18-inch heavy-duty tripod fan where might could even change your life as they keep you cool in this hot Belizean weather. Yes man, because their 18-inch heavy-duty tripod fan from Maya's not just could blow your lip back way, they might could blow away your mind if you say blow away the toxic konomono out of your life and the bad vibes out of your house. Order your 18-inch heavy-duty tripod fan from Maya's website or on their social media, and Maya's going to ship out your fan anywhere countrywide ASAP. Not believe me? Visit mayaselectronics.bz right now to order your fan today.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Last week, Belizeans rang aloud. Collective alarm after many saw a major spike in their light bills. One consumer, Demi Williams, told us she had been out of the country and the only appliance plugged in was her refrigerator. Yet her bill remained the same, as if she were at home using everything. Well, today she got the bill for August and noticed that it was significantly less. We spoke to her about it over the phone.
It is considerably less than it was the previous month. And I haven't been home. So I don't know what magic has happened where the bill is $50-something less than what they told me it was the previous month. But I mean, I'm not complaining about $35. But it's like the juxtaposition between you telling me I use $84 worth of electricity and I wasn't home, and now you're doubling back and you're saying, oh yeah, it's actually $35 the following month. It's kind of crazy. But it's not even just that bill, because I also pay my mom's light bill, and her bill, with just her being there by herself, is also considerably less. So I don't know what's going on, what they changed. I'm not complaining about a cheaper bill, but it's like how interesting that all of a sudden now the bill is what it should be.
Right. So do you think it was like this public pressure and all of this outcry that, BL, I don't know what they did, but that resulted in lower bills?
It's all too convenient, no? That the minute the people took to every pharma media for complain about it and were very critical of them, that all of a sudden the numbers start numbering, because I created a post on Facebook. I didn't read the comment section. And other people are saying the same thing, that, oh, no, their bill look like it's the correct amount. It's reflecting what they would normally use this time of year. So, I mean, Deal, of course, they will refute it till the cows come home. I'm sure they'll never change their narrative, but it's all too convenient that after a wave of complaints, all of a sudden now the bills look okay.
So this bill that you got, no, that's for August.
Yes, that is August. So mind you, I've not been in that unit since June.
Right, and the previous bill was for July.
Yes, and that was the $84.
So literally nothing changed at all with your household.
Nothing has changed. No, nothing has changed. People may tell me, oh, well, remember you still have your refrigerator plugged in? It's still plugged in. The Wi-Fi is still plugged in the same way. Everything that's plugged out is plugged out. No one has crossed that threshold. It's locked.
More than 350 school children received school bags filled with essential supplies yesterday as the Belize Police Department, Crime Stoppers Belize, the Leadership Intervention Unit and the Rotary Club of Belize joined forces for a back-to-school initiative. Jaliza Roberts reports on the effort that targeted primary and high schoolers.
For more than 350 children, the start of a new school year came with a little extra help yesterday. The Belize Police Department, Crime Stoppers Belize, the Leadership Intervention Unit, and Rotary Club of Belize joined forces to distribute bags filled with essential school supplies to primary and high school students. Commissioner of Police Dr. Richard Rosado said the initiative is more than simply providing school supplies. It is a part of a broader effort to keep children connected to education and stay away from crime.
We do believe, we support the notion that education is the most powerful tool to crime prevention. Hence the reason we are here to support this event.
How many persons are receiving backpacks today between high school and primary school?
We have a total of 200 from the primary school and 200 from the high school. The school bag comes with the basic writing utensils, school books, and the basic necessity that someone would need at school.
But oftentimes, the police department is viewed as the enemy of children in marginalized communities, and that is one of the perceptions that the department is trying to change through community policing. It takes a village to raise a child, and these police officers want to be a part of that village.
I believe it allows us to get closer to the youths, it allows us to build that trust, and it allows us to build that camaraderie among the community and build that unity. As police officers, our task is huge. We are parents, we are counselors, we are crime fighters. So our task is huge, and we continuously to develop the capacity of our personnel to be able to meet and meet the community and address their concerns.
And the distribution ceremony could not be complete without a treat from the department's drum corps, which consists of mostly young men. Jaliza Roberts, 7 News.
Also in line with back-to-school prep, the Belize Coast Guard was out in Battlefield Park today offering free haircuts and braiding for children, ensuring they are properly groomed to return to school. Their Lieutenant Commander, Arden Budna, says that his officers are putting their other skills to work today as barbers and hairdressers. He says they have had quite the clientele.
So the Belize Coast Guard took initiative to conduct a back-to-school drive countrywide. We have the northern group that is presently out here, and we have the southern group is presently at Mango Creek today. It is a way for the Belize Coast Guard to give back to the community by offering a service of haircuts and braiding for all the kids returning to school so they can be well-groomed returning to school. For this month, we have caught at least 15 kids here and only one braiding so far.
The Coast Guardsmen doing the hair?
Yes, ma'am. We do have Coast Guardmen that do haircuts there. Barbers, some of them have their own little part-time job to cut hair. And the haircuts are some really good haircuts.
Between Monday and Thursday, the Guardsmen cut and braided the heads of 400 children countrywide. Last night capped off 4 wild nights of soca, sweat, and show-stopping designs. Mass Camp 2026 officially went out at maximum volume as Belize's carnival bands made their final showcase before the road march. We take a look at Titans and defending champions Soca Mocha.
It's where legends are born. How much security? Like it's the stage of right now. I'm telling you, this is your money as good as the last performance. Sydney Roland. Sydney, stop the look, Sydney. You got school tomorrow. Just like that. Just like that. Just like that. Wait, that's a receipt of that? That's a receipt of that? Calma. Give it to the ladies, Calma.
Our mission is simple. Find wealth, unlock the vault, and set the tone for one man. So judges, I urge you, watch closely, watch carefully. The vault is about to be opened. Cryptocurrency, pay in rhythm, spend on the road. This is Soca Mocha 2026. Let's go!
This year we're doing calypso currency, paid in rhythm, spent on the road. We got on the new money and how people spend it and how they do with it. I will make them go into the interest. I will make them in the clear. So, and especially around this time at September time, how people handle money. Like the first section is minted in Belize. That is why we use it. Pink, yellow, orange, and teal blue. That's the pink, yellow, and orange is like from the sunset up in the morning. And the second section is high value wine. That's why we use it. Burgundy, to put a little twist in it, like wine is wine and wine is the drink, and that's Burgundy. The third section is all the different value, the $2, the $5, the 10, the 20, the 50, and the 100, the different denomination of the money there. The fourth section is the interest on the road. Oh, good that you remember all of the interest on the road. So you know when you spend and you just go crazy money, I don't realize that you're gone in an interest. So you were good in the clear and then you end up in the red. Then the last section is the high value hype. The hypeness and the way you spend money and the things you do, party, all kind of thing, and you hype up and nothing because you end up everybody and everything.
And what can persons expect from you all on the road come September 5th?
Oh, come on. You see the costumes, you see the girls, you see my guys, they hype up. And the guys that really hype more than the girls there. I have some different set of male in my carnival group.
Carnival plays next week, Saturday. And that's all we have for you this Friday night. Thanks for watching. I am Jo Marie Lanza. You can find a full transcript of the news at 7newsbelize.com and see the streaming video on our Facebook page. Have a good night and a pleasant weekend. Join us back here on Monday night.